Hi, it's Wtih, founder of 3C Fusion and the creator of Success Alignment System. Last week I had the privilege of going to see Amy Cuddy give a live presentation. Amy is a social psychologist who works in the fields of behavior and body language. And she's best known for her TED Talk that she gave back in 2012. And that particular talk has, to date, been viewed over 32 million times. It's the second highest viewed TED Talk of all time. And that talk was called Your Body Language Shapes Who You Are. So obviously we have a great interest in this for how it applies to us. So Amy was doing these talks because she's in the process or in the middle of or start of launching her new book, which is called Presence. Presence, bringing your boldest self to your biggest challenges. So the very beginning of this book, the very first few lines in the first chapter, she says that we know it when we feel it, and we know it when we see it, but presence is hard to define. And in her talk, she also stated that presence is one of the hardest things to do. But she was able to bring it down to these 3 points. And this is after years of her research and study in this area. And she basically said that having presence is believing your own story. So there's levels of self-confidence and self-esteem involved here. It's conveying confidence without arrogance. So there's a very big distinction between being a confident person or somebody who is just being bold for the sake of bullying their way through. And the third one was having the ability to communicate harmoniously. Amy speaks very much about connectivity and relations with people and the importance and significance of that and being inclusive as opposed to being excluding others. So this communicating harmoniously plays big into her definition of having presence. You know, presence is linked to how powerful you feel. You know, how powerful you feel about yourself and what you do and your place in this world. When you're feeling powerful, you really have the ability or you have the inclination to want to seek or act out on new or better opportunities for yourself. And when you're feeling powerful, you have this positive outlook toward what you wanting to do. And have a more open-mindedness to, to new opportunities that might come your way, or even create new opportunities for yourself. When you have this level of being powerful, you will also show up more authentically. You will be more willing to reveal who you really are. And you'll have a greater willingness to allow that to be seen. And that's really where you have the greatest impact, the greatest connection, the greatest opportunity for success in my eyes, in my view. And, Amy talked about being powerless was exactly the opposite, just an extreme opposite to being powerful. So, given the option, we'd all be better off in this powerful position. So in her studies, Amy goes into this very much so in the book and talks about it in her TED Talk. I would encourage you to go see it. I'm providing a link in the blog post for you to go see that. But she talks about power posing. So power posing is basically what we do with our body, and it's something that's actually very, very natural. and it comes very natural, but it can also be learned. You'll see it in the animal kingdom, in their natural states, but people do this as well. So when somebody is feeling powerful or wanting to exert power and presence in whatever situation they're in, the body posture is open, it's expanded, it makes itself bigger. Just think of the proud peacock, right? And how it does it, how it blows itself out. And in the direct opposite to that is when somebody's feeling powerless, they will close themselves in, cuddle. Think of the fetal position. They'll put their head down, they'll tuck themselves in. Or think of it like a dog when it tucks its tail in between its legs and it's cowering. So, that's when you're feeling powerless, the body automatically, shows itself in this way. So there had already been a lot of studies and evidence to indicate that the body follows what the mind thinks or what it tells it to do. But in Amy's work, she was very, very curious to know, can the body actually have an influence over what the mind thinks? And so that was a big basis of a lot of her research. And it turns out that, yes, it can. So this is where she came to identify these power poses, and she'll go into it a lot in her book. But I'll just go into that a little bit here. So these power poses, again, we do it in our natural state, and the one that's most universal is the one that's called the victory pose. So this is where somebody wins and they put their hands up in the air. The arms are wide open. They're in a V shape. The head naturally goes up, and in that state also the mouth drops open. So this, was shown to be true whether it was actually the person who just accomplished the victory or people who were supporting that person accomplishing the victory. We do the same thing. What was very, very interesting is that the same power pose becomes evident as a natural state because it was seen in people who have been blind their entire lives and had accomplished a victory of sorts, and they went into this same victory power pose. So it's a very natural state, natural position, and a feeling of powerful, being powerful, and having accomplished something of significance and meaning to you. So anyway, that's a very, 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 very strong and powerful pose. So, power posing, Amy says that we can do power posing, utilize this when we are heading into some kind of an important event that maybe we're feeling a little bit nervous about or worried about. Maybe it's going for an interview, or it could maybe you're heading on to a stage to give a presentation or do some public speaking. And it can even work if you're in a dating situation. So basically, she says that all you have to do is get into one of these poses and hold it for 2 minutes. And what happens is the body starts to respond in what it's supposed to do. So the body starts to identify as, this as being something that it needs to address. And in this state, what happens is that when you're holding these power poses, your testosterone level will increase and your cortisol level will decrease. And those are two very key indicators of high-powered people. So there you go. Strike a power pose. Power posing, it's great because it's simple, it's effective, and it's powerful. So, next time you're needing to get into that kind of a state, need a little bit more confidence, strike a power pose. Another thing she recommends actually is to, start your day with a power pose just before you even get out of bed, is to just uncurl the body and put your arms up over your head as you're giving it a nice big stretch. And that's a great way to start off every day. So, here at 3C Fusion, being powerful is being confident, and authenticity is a very big part of that. But the confidence piece is a really key marker for our work here in helping people to become successful, to be able to achieve the success they want. So I've put together for you something that I think is going to be really beneficial to you. I'm offering it to you. It's free, and I really encourage you to go in and get it. It's called the Confidence Challenge. I've put together a series of 15 individual exercises for you to try on, and maybe push yourself a little bit out of what's comfortable. But what these exercises are specifically designed to help you elevate and increase your levels of feeling confident. And the more you do these, or the more and more of these that you will do, you will start to notice a difference in how you approach other things in your life as well. So I strongly encourage you to go and get that. You'll see the link in the blog post. And if please go and check it out. You'll have not only fun doing it, I think, but you'll learn a lot about yourself in along the way as well. So it's called the Confidence Challenge. Again, I encourage you to go and check it out. You'll find the link in the blog post. So, and I'd love to hear from you. Once you try a couple of these on, let me know what's happening. Let me know what goes on. I'd love to hear from you. So it encourages me to keep doing this stuff for you too. Anyway, that's everything for this week. And, there's a lot here. There's a lot more in the blog post. I encourage you to go and check that out as well.